Hello, welcome back. This is part 3. If you haven't seen the others, go back and watch number 1 and number 2, or parts 1 and 2. So you can hear all the different things that the Lord's put on my heart to share of the beautiful heaven visions that He has so lovingly given me and now given me to share with you. So again, this is for the childlike at heart, the people that are able to receive it. This is for you. And so, so a couple different stories today. One was, some of these are a while back, so I don't remember the specifics of when I got it and what the circumstances were. Some of I don't remember whether it was a dream or vision. But I think this one was maybe a dream, but either way, it's pretty much the same for me. So, in this one, Jesus was handing out to each person a little box, and it was so small. It was like about that big, little box, and enough to like fit in the palm of your hand. And he handed everyone a small box, and it was wrapped with like a shiny iridescent type, I guess, wrapping paper or something like that. I think the box itself maybe was that color. Yeah, it was the box itself. And the really special thing about these, and I never opened it, but I think I know what's inside, and that's in scripture, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But each person that I saw, and I looked at mine and I saw other people's, each box was a different color. Like no two boxes were the same color, and it was a color that represented that person and who they are, and it was like very, very special and unique. And so receiving it made you feel like He sees you for who you are, your uniqueness and how He created you, and you're not exactly like anyone else. And it was like each person had a different shade, a different color, and it was just, it made you feel so special. So what I think was inside these boxes was the white stone that it talks about in Revelation, where it says a white stone will be given them with a new name on it, which only He knows and the person who receives it. And it's this really, really special. The reason I think it's the white stone is because it was so small, enough to fit in my hand, in the palm of my hand, and it was also a very unique color, and no two were alike. And I think that represents the names, the new names that will be given to us, that no two names will be the same, that it will be something special and unique to us, and something that is between us and the Lord, that He calls us as His special thing. And so after I received this, He told me what my new name is, and it's a secret. And so it's just a special thing, and He told me what it meant, and it makes each person feel special for who they are. And so that was the first thing that I wanted to tell you about. Very, very exciting thing to look forward to. Very, very special. The next is a vision that I had of, suddenly I was flying down with, I think, holding the Lord's hand, flying down a street of gold, and there were gold mansions along that, and really grand, very grand and large mansions, and along this gold street, and we're flying like this, and then He takes me to, there's a river at the end of this street where these gold houses are. There's a river, and He took me, and He took my hand, and He cupped my hand and dipped it with water. And then this is another thing in heaven, that you don't have to speak with words. You can speak like verbally. You can also speak by thinking it, and it goes straight to that person's heart, and they can hear you. So so Jesus said, breathe on it. He thought it, and it went into my heart. He said, breathe on it. And so I breathed on this water, like breathed on it, and it became a white dove, and it flew away. And it was just like, what? It like blew my mind. And He said, I want you to have the joy that I have in creation. Oh, that has just stuck with me so much, that He loves us that much, that He wants us to be able to experience the joy that He experiences in creating things. Like, what? That just, that's something I've never considered as even a possibility. He's the creator, right? And I never thought that he would want to share that with us and help us be able to make things. It was just very special, very beautiful, and just shows how special we are to him, and how he takes pleasure and joy in sharing these things with us. So I know he has pleasure in even just telling us and getting us excited about these things that are waiting for us. And I think the reason that he's sharing so much right now is because all of this is right around the corner, and it's like somebody that's really excited for a child's birthday or for Christmas and wants to kind of give them some hints about things ahead of time, and is like, I think he's more excited than we are. So I think he can't wait to share all these things with us, for us to fully see what's been prepared for us and experience these things with him. Sometimes I feel his excitement and his anticipation, his joy in what's coming for us. And so it is just like a parent that wants to bring joy to their child. So if I have some time, let's see, I've got 6. Okay, I'm gonna share one more story. This was a series of visions that Jesus took me through and showed me different rooms in heaven. And so whenever I've been shown different rooms in heaven, it's just blows your mind. It's a mystery. I don't know how it all works, but he will open a door and we'll go into this room, and then open another door and go into that room. Sometimes the rooms are whole entire worlds. And sometimes it's just a room, but it has such beautiful significance. So the first place he showed me in this vision was the Invention room, where it was different things that have been invented, different gadgets, and I didn't even understand what I was looking at, but I saw these tables. It looked like workbench kind of tables. This room made me think of a place where that men would really enjoy because they like this type of thing. It was interesting to me, but I was like, wow, I think I can think of a lot of guys that would love this room. It was all these like wood, leather, and metal type of things, and they all each of the whatever gadget things they each did something different, and he didn't explain those things to me. I just saw them, each thing sitting on there, and it was just amazing, kind of like being at a science fair in a way, like seeing all these cool things, and each had their really cool things that they could do. And then he showed me, I'm trying to remember now, something about music, and I think it was a really unique type of instrument, and a type of instrument that I've never seen before. I don't even know if it exists on Earth. And he's like, oh, you would like this, like, brought me to something that is my specific interest, because I love music so much. And I was just like, whoa. And he's like, you want to see something else? And this is funny because sometimes the Lord is very, very serious and intense, and sometimes he is quite playful and fun. And so he said, you want to see something else? Yeah. And I said, yeah. And he said, try this. And he said, he did this with his voice, and it's really funny. It cracked me up. He took his voice like all the way up, like whoop, really, really high, super high, and then all the way down. And he said, see, now you can sing better. And it just, oh my goodness, it just made me laugh. And it really does. Like, that is an actual vocal exercise that I'd completely forgotten about. But it does help you sing better. But it was just so funny that he was just like, want to see something else? And now you can sing better. And did those sounds. Yeah, he's just amazing. Such a pleasure to to spend time with, of course. So the next place that he showed me was the room of, well, he didn't say what it was called. I think of it as the room that controls time or events. So he didn't tell me what it was, but he said, come, open the door to a room that was full of giant gears that are turning, and everything's moving and ticking like being inside of an enormous clock, okay? And there's an angel in there operating it with different levers and things, and almost very much like something out of a movie or a cartoon or something, but it's real, and it controls something on Earth with the events and how quickly they happen or something like that. But I wasn't told that specifically. This is my guess. And he goes up to the angel and says, they're asking for things to be sped up. And the angel says, it's already going really fast. And he said, I know. But the angel said, okay, I will, what was the exact words? I will raise it by 1 or 2, something like that. I'll raise it by 1, I think. And he said, okay, good. And that was it. And so the impression I got from that is that people's prayers were asking for time to be sped up, for things to happen quicker. And so he's like, this is already going really fast, but I'll maybe, make it slightly faster. And that was that part. And then he brought me to a room that was all blue and white. And that actually made me think of Israel, their flag and Israel's colors. But it was that shade of blue and white. And it was this beautiful room. It had, I'm trying to remember now, it was very simple. There wasn't a lot in it yet. And he took me into this room, and it was like, had, I think, blue and white tile decoration on the walls. And that was it. And then he said, what do you think it needs? And this is another thing, that when he shows us things, he cares about our opinion. And like, why would he care? What? I mean, what? Like, seriously, like, we're just humans made of the dust, right? Like, but he actually cares about what we think. And that's scriptural too. But he said, what do you think it needs? And I thought, what about a table and chairs? And he waved his hand, and a table and chairs appeared. And he's like, what else? And I said, maybe a window? And so he waved his hand, and a window appeared. And it was like, as I thought things, he would wave his hand and it would appear. And so it was just like, that was it. I was just helping him decorate this room. And he was like, well, what else? What else do you think it needs? And so I'm trying to remember all the details. This one's been a while. But it just ended up being this beautiful blue and white relaxing room with natural light coming in, and yeah, that's about it. So, oh my goodness, there's so much more, and the more I share these, the more things come to my mind of more of these things that he's shown me. So I'll keep sharing, and until I've shared everything that all the heaven visions that I've gotten, which might take a while. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it brings you as much joy as it brings me. All right, stay close to the Lord and hold tight to him, and he's our everything.